If you want to add an eye-catching feature to a scene, one option you could choose is to animate the water. To animate the water, we need to verify 3 things: that the material is set to the water property, that the camera is set to allow animated water, and that we are using the physically based rendering technique. Let's go through where those settings are. Here we have a pond, and while it has a water texture, it is not animated. We're in the standard rendering technique, so everything is also a bit flat. Let's start by switching to the physically based render technique. We can find the rendering techniques by going to the 3D rendering techniques menu, and we can choose physically based from this list. We can also find these options by clicking the rendering techniques button on our toolbar, which is the white roofed house icon here. The physically based technique is required for this because the water will bend the rays of the light and will get the refraction that happens in real life. Next, let's verify that our camera is set to show animated water. We can click Tools, Active View, Edit Active View, or we can click on this Edit Active View button here on our toolbar to bring up the camera specification dialog. On the camera panel, in the rendering section, we can see the animated water checkbox. Make sure it has a checkmark and click OK. Lastly, we'll need to make sure the water material that we're using is set to use the water material class and dial in our settings. We can go to 3D, Adjust Materials, Adjust Material Definition, or we can click on this striped button here on our toolbar. Then we'll click the water in our pond, and that will open the Define Material dialog. Then we'll go to the Properties panel. Let's change the material class to water, and now we can see some rippling in the preview. I like to change the preview to show a plane instead of a teapot when looking at water, since most of the time water is flat on top. Let's change from the default room to a backdrop as well, so that we can see the water effect a bit more clearly. We can go to the library to pick a backdrop, and this one is one that I've selected before, so it's in my history. The first drop-down has some wave presets. The basic wave has smooth waves that flow mostly in the same direction, perpendicular to their crests. The detailed wave has more rough waves all flowing in the direction perpendicular to their crests, like what might be seen in the ocean or another large body of water. The Ripply wave has noisy ripples in all directions, and the flowing sheet has waves that flow parallel to their crests, which is good for waterfalls and other vertical water features. Next, we have Wave Chop, which controls the amplitude of the waves, or how sharp the crests look. Wind Speed, which controls how fast the waves move. Wind Direction, which controls the direction of the waves. And Wave Scale, which controls the size. Lastly, we have Transparency, which allows us to control how see-through the water is, but notice that this is only used in non-ray traced views. Generally, setting larger numbers produces bigger-looking waves, and smaller numbers, smaller waves. For this scene, I'll use the Ripply wave and leave the presets as they are, then click OK. And now we see our Ripply waves on our backyard pond. The animated water effect can be seen in our camera as well as any walkthroughs we create, including stationary walkthroughs, like this one.